ask him to sign in again. Hello, can you hear me? Everything should be coming through, I think. Is my audio coming through? Yeah, chat seems to work now. Is my audio coming through? Yes, we can hear. Awesome. So, today, painting my second mini. Oh, for those of you who aren't in the Discord, this is the first one we made. Very tricky to see. Oh, turn this lamp. See if that helps. There we go. This is the first one we've done. Very proud of it. Definitely room for improvement. Awesome. Everyone can hear. Banging. So, I've got my chat up here to my left, right there. I'll do my best to keep an eye on it, but if I don't see something, I apologize in advance. Grab a beer. All right. Thank you. I was shockingly like I was proud of it because I went for a very much like because obviously it was my first ever. I'll move this over here. Very much my first ever like mini, but I went for the sort of like battle damaged look. I don't know if you can see it on stream, but like on the pauldrons, for example, you can see that sort of like blackened, like greyishness. I see you're afflicted with Funko Pops. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not that many. My favorite one is, oh, thank you for the compliments on the mustache. I've been growing it out. My favorite one is, I don't know if it's showing this one here. It's like from Dark Souls 3. It's like the Red Knight. I'm very proud of that. Awesome. All right. So I've got my palette here, got my dude. We're going to do the first coat. I bought some new brushes today. I spent like $130 at the Warhammer store because I've been getting more into this shit. Take my headphones off. I'm not listening to anything. So, oh, maybe because I've seen people like go like that and then like, no, that doesn't work. All right, I guess I'll just drop it onto the actual thing. Nice collection. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've got a lot of like weird collections. I like to collect things. Is this working? Let's grab actually, just for the sake of actually, we'll use this brush. Yeah, we'll use this brush. Oh yeah, big dollop. Chuck it in there. Grab a second big dollop. Chuck it in there. And I've got water off to the side that I'm using. Oh, I need a paper towel as well. These were actually for my tattoos. I bought them for the tattoos, and I have actually used them for the tattoos. I don't know if I've actually showed the tattoos before, but I've got two. Hold up, let's get this off. So I've got like a Elden Ring one, and I've got like the Bloodborne, like, oh, how do I show it at the right angle? I can't show it at the right angle, but I've got the Bloodborne Hunter's Mark, like here, which is pretty sick. So we're gonna wipe off this brush. Oh, it's cleaned up a little bit. Brush it, wipe it off. And we're gonna add some water to the actual paint. So to sort of like thin it out a little bit for the actual coating. So we're gonna like add that in. Like so. Give that like nice, creamy, watery texture to it. Give it a little bit of a wash again. Might not be enough blue, but we shall see. Not sure how much of it I'm going to do tonight, but we will take a look and see, shall we? I might pop off this arm for now. Wait, is this the one that can pop off? Yes. I'm popping off this arm for now, just so I can like get a like better coat on, because it's very hard to get into that little crevice between where like the gun like goes over here. So it's like hard to get into that crevice. So we'll just like take it off for the time being. So we'll coat the thing and sort of just. Oh, is that too much? Oh, you can't even see it. Hold up. Trying to get like a good angle for this. So just going and priming it with like a layer of blue. Get like into the crevices and shit. It's hard to get a good angle on it, especially with the how bad my lighting is. I literally went out and bought like, because I was like thinking about doing this like last night. I'm like, I literally went out today because I want to go see the new Alien with my girlfriend, and we like stopped by like because I was going to pick up some new parts and shit, like oh not parts but stuff like painting the minis. And I like saw like a tripod. I'm like, oh, I could like stream like the painting of the minis. That'd be pretty fun. So I like bought a little mini phone tripod today. So this is currently streaming off my phone through OBS. It's finally working, which is fantastic. I don't know if it's hard to do what you guys can see. I can't imagine. The only reason I'm using a big brush right now is just for the coat. So from what I can tell from watching videos, it seems like a big brush is good for doing the initial like priming coat, where you're just getting everything covered in blue as much as possible, and then I'll switch to the finer brush for like the detailing. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but so far it doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. There's the camera there. I imagine like 5 strings for a pencil. I've got like some very thin light brushes over here. So I've got this one, no, not that one. I've got these two. The black one came with the introductory set, and then the white one came with I bought today to have like a second backup one for detailing because the black one is having some issues with it. The hardest part is getting into all like the little fucking nooks and crannies of it. Especially since I don't think I assembled this one entirely properly because there's little gaps in the armor. I don't know if you guys can see, but like on this side here, there's like small crevices in the armor. I don't think I like cut it properly when I was like cutting it out of the fucking mold shit or whatever it's called. It's a very satisfying process. Like I did not expect to be, because I've been like thinking about doing this for ages, but I never actually like sat down and did it. And then yesterday I finished building the Millennium Falcon, so I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll actually sit down and like paint a mini. And genuinely, it took me about 3 hours to paint the first one, but I had such a blast doing it. I'm like, I was just sitting there all last night. I'm like, fuck, I'm keen to do another one. So that's why we're doing this tonight. Probably not too late, just because I've got work in the morning, but I don't even have to consider going to bed till like 11, and it's currently 7:30, so not the end of the world. Code's not looking too bad so far. I'm pretty happy with that. I was considering doing like a bit more like a because I want to do like one that has like a lot of like detailing in terms of like excess detailing, like blood and gore and shit like that. Maybe like a some other stuff to like add to the detail of it. But I might do it for this one. I might just stick to this one being a sort of like what's the word for it? Sort of like I want to do a good job of painting the default Ultramarine instead of like worrying about doing like the fancy like stuff for this one. So I want to make a good like just standard by the books Ultramarine before I like start doing other fancy shit. But I got the introductory set, which comes with a bunch of Tyranids as well. So I have a plan for one in the future. That's going to be like probably for the Sergeant. This one over here. I want to have like his foot on top of like a decapitated Tyranid. I think that'd be pretty sick. Because I've got the Tyranid pieces in my drawer over here, but I don't care enough about Tyranids to actually paint them. I think that's mostly everything. We'll leave it to dry for a second. I'm not really experienced. Neither am I. I'm not experienced with this either. This is my second ever mini that I've painted. Nothing goes harder than a nice beer on a Saturday night. Let's add a bit more paint into the palette. For the second coating, I'm going to do it with a finer brush. So I have the big brush for like the general coating, and then the second brush The smaller brush for the finer detailing. Chuck you in there. Close up the blue. The Macragge blue. That's what came with the introductory set. I pondered at least getting into simple gun. I pondered at least getting into simple gunpla. What's gunpla? Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm understanding what that means. Gunplay? Oh, I went out the water as well. I forgot. It's too quiet. I might chuck on some music here. There you go. Watered down the paints a bit. Yeah, let's chuck on some music. Gundam Robot. I I love to paint. Like, to be honest, it's as much as it sucks. Wait, what does it say? Warning here. Warning. Open Studio. YouTube Creator Studio. Blah 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 blah. I don't care. Stream. Oh, I don't care about the bitrate. That's not the end of the world. Um. Yeah, I would consider, because I'm not too big of a fan of anime in general, but I'd consider doing, like, if they had them like paintable like Ava minis, because I got quite into Evangelion for a bit, but because the robots design on that sick. Like, I love the more unique looks of them. Has its own name, but I don't know why. Yeah, one of my buddies, like, he collects like Gundams and shit that he paints. We're also gonna. I forgot we need to prime the gun as well, so let's quickly do that. We'll use the Oh, maybe we'll use like the. No, we'll use the finer brush for it. The paint's still watered down for this one, so we'll like twist and pull, and then sort of just like. You need a lot more precision. This is a very precise brush. I like this one. Oh, that's beautiful. It'll be a lot easier to get like more precise stuff with this brush because it's very thin. I'm considering because I had this idea. I was mentioning in the Discord like a homebrew army, because like just have like stupid homebrew armies. I considered doing getting the HG. I'll look at that once I've like painted this. I'll see what it looks like. But yeah, I'm considering doing like a homebrew faction where it's like I've got a couple of like goofy ideas just based off of like running jokes in my friend group. One of them ones is like because whenever we play Pictionary, I have a drawing like characters with all like or whatever I draw, I just put a shitload of wrinkles on it. So I'm considering doing like a homebrew faction that's just like a space marine like faction that was like lost in like the warp or whatever, and like because of that they've like developed the ability to gain power through their wrinkles and shit like that. I think it'd be really funny to add like a whole bunch of wrinkles. Could you? Oh, sorry, sorry. It's very hard to like get a good view on it and keep it close to the camera. I wish I had like a more adjustable setup, but should be right. Oh, how do I? Wait, there we go. Thank you, human being. I appreciate it. They are pretty sick. I was very happy. It's cool thing about this set as well is that it was cheap. Like in terms of like other sets out there, this was fairly reasonably priced. Like it's an introductory set, so it comes with like the game itself, like the actual like map and the rules and shit like that, and also a bunch of paintable miniatures, and then like a guide on how to paint. So it's like a good like starting point that for me. Because one of my buddies, he went the Blood Angel faction, and he just got the miniatures. So he had to go out and he had to buy the paint separately and the clippers separately, and it was like a lot more of a pain in the ass for him. Whereas for me, it's just like I bought this like 8 months ago, but I never got around to painting it just because the Millennium Falcon Lego set that I had was sitting on this desk, and I'd never finished it. Like after like months of owning it, I never finished it. And I finally like sat down and like finished it yesterday. So it's finally done. It looks awesome. It's not a fun Lego set to build at all, but it looks bloody awesome. I think I've got most of the detailing on this gun. I need a little bit more in here. And a little bit more in there. So I can get the full like range of coverage. I'm gonna place this here for right now. Alright, I'm actually gonna add a little bit more paint to this just so that it's not as watery anymore. Hopefully that should help. What was the thing you said before? The HGUC GOG. H. Oh, that's. It looks like a fucking looks like a Pokemon, like kind of like a Regirock sort of looking thing. That's what it reminds me of. All right, a little bit more paint. Let's just add a lot more paint on my fingers this time around as well, because I'm not just holding the base. There we go. And now I can get like the finer brush and get more to the details on this one. This one should be dried by now. Oh, music as well. It's a 70s robot for aquatic and land combat. That is pretty cool. It very much is reminiscent to me of Regirock and a pioneer in its universe. Like one of the first Mobile Suit Gundams. So I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I'm checking on music as well. Oh wait, hold up. I'm turning. It's gonna be blast your ears off for a second, but turn it down. Let me know if it gets too loud, and I'll like drop it down a bit more. All right. Is he dry? Oh, he's still a little bit wet. It's even a little bit longer to dry. Kind of looks like a Reggie Pokemon, which I also like. Yeah, fucking oath. I want to get like I want to get back into Pokemon, but specifically Pokemon Black because I grew up playing that, and I love that game. It's one of my top 5 favorite games. Well, I don't know. My top 5 favorite games list is like a weird thing, but I love Pokemon Black. I also really enjoyed Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Finding like the Reggies in that game was really fun. How are we looking? A bit more dry. Still a bit too wet. Alright, unlucky. Good stuff. Great Northern. You and so blind. Wait away. Application. I want to see if I can like display. Wait, hold up. Give me 1 second. Wait, what if I like? Can I add like? Game capture images. What if I like? Wait. I grew up in white too. That's so fucking based. Speaking of like, it wasn't a pawn shop, but it was. Hold up, let me move you all down a little bit. Speaking of like pawn shops and shit, when I was younger, there was an op shop near me for, or like a thrift store or whatever, and my mum bought me a copy of like this book called Aragon by Christopher Paolini, and that is one of my favorite book series of all time to this day. There we go. Display the Spotify as well, so you can like see the songs. I might like just bump down the audio a little bit for myself so I can hear myself think, and bump it up more in OBS. There we go. Yeah, I haven't finished White 2 ever. I started it on like I emulated it on my like school laptops, but I never finished it. The only games I've finished are Mega Ruby and Pokemon Black 1, which I love Pokemon Black 1 so much. Alright, let's get all these details we've missed. Let's actually gonna like lighten the brush up a little bit so doesn't clog up the detailing. Yeah, some of the Pokemon games slap. They're like the only turn-based games that I particularly enjoy. I don't find much enjoyment in other turn-based games. Unfortunately, people have recommended me shit, but I can never get into it. It's not my cup of tea. I very much prefer like action games, or like games that make me think a lot. It's one of the reasons I love modded Minecraft, because it's like it requires a lot of thinking, which is harder to do when I'm working and I'm spending most of my time at work thinking, because I'm the only one thinking on a given shift. At least that's what it feels like. But that's the consequence of working with teenagers, unfortunately. Sometimes they're not the best thinkers, which isn't their fault. Like, they're still young and inexperienced, but it can be frustrating at times when they ask you stupid questions for the 14th time. Yeah, growing up with Pokemon, I feel like people like act like it's ubiquitous experience, but like after like 2000 and like, because I'm 2002. After like 2002, it's not really a guaranteed like ubiquitous childhood experience. Like some people grew up with like Nintendo, some people grew up with like the Xbox 360, some with like the Wii, like PS3. It's weird that nowadays there are kids growing up that are like grew up with the fucking Xbox like One and PS4. That's terrifying. There's like I'll go to work, and one of the like a few months ago, one of the blokes was like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "How old are you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 14." I'm like, "All right, what year were you? Like 2007, 2008?" He's like 2010. I'm like, "Dear fucking lord, I am old. Like I feel like a fucking corpse. I feel old. Like knowing that just these people that like that I manage that are actual like that were born 2010." The first Outrider Knight would die after 40 regular throwing knives in 1.0. In Dark Souls 3? The Outrider Knight being the one in um like the entrance to Road of Sacrifice, or are you talking about something else? Because he 40 throwing knives. I've never used a throwing knife in Dark Souls. I have 1,000 hours in that game, but I've never used a throwing knife in it. So I really don't know how good they are for damage. I know there's people have done like consumable only runs where they're decent, but I've never really used them that much. I think I've got most of the coat done. Oh, there's a little bit more here. Yeah, that Outrider Knight was fun. He kicked my ass on my first playthrough, but he's fun. His weapon's also really good for newcomers. Like I always recommend going like it's the cliche starter build, but the Outrider Knight with the Fallen Knight set, or the Outrider Knight sword and like the Fallen armor set. Fallen, is it called the Fallen armor set or Fallen Soldier or whatever? That is such a drip armor set. Like there's a reason that it's considered the noob armor. All right, I think that should be. I think that should be the base coat for the dude done. Let's do the gun. Yeah, a lot of this paint is worn off, unfortunately, but should be right. Do we have enough that we can, like... Oh, we can just clip it. Oh, no, we won't clip it on yet. Actually, let's just dab it off a little bit. Try not to block out the details too much. That was the mistake I made in my first one. There's a lot of like the really cool details like blocked out because I just used too much thick Abaddon black on it. Thank you for the humidifier comment. I don't know. Can you even see it? Oh, I guess you can, kind of. Makes my room smell a bit better. Color's coming out really well. Thank you. I tried. Trying to get into these holes. I'm paranoid to make sure that it's like coming through properly, that you can like actually see what I'm doing. I'm not just going off camera to do it. Alright, I'm happy with that. Awesome. I'd farm a million souls to level enough to use Chaos Bed Vestiges. That's so real. Chaos Bed Vestiges is OP as fuck, though. Like, I did my Pyromancer run a few years back with Chaos Bed Vestiges. I didn't try DS3 yet. Should I buy it? Absolutely. Like, I am biased, but it's my favorite game, like, ever. It's also, in my opinion, the best starting point for newcomers because it's got like obviously Elden Ring has more options, but DS3 is more focused, I guess, which I think would make it easier for a newcomer to like sort of understand. Whereas Elden Ring is a bit harder, I'd say. 2,000 hours in DS3. Fuck me, I thought I had a lot for having 1,000. Believe it or not, that like 1,000 hours isn't even just from like it's barely from PvP. It's mostly just PvE because I've just done so many. Like because I used to try and speedrun it, like do my own personal best speedruns. I think my record was hour and 29 minutes for the base game. I've never tried to do it with the DLC as well. All right, all that dries. Let's get the second coat ready. So we're using the Abaddon Black next. Oh, it does come out much better. I'm looking at the monitor now. Might try it. I'd recommend it. I am absolutely biased though. It is my favorite game, like I said. It's so good. So I'll apply like some. We're gonna play in like it's very gonna be a watery black, but I should put it in this one. Or not. Let's actually get the brush. Oh, we're using the medium-sized one now. I'll just like. We're not using this one to apply the coat, we're just using it to move the stuff over. We only use the more precise one to actually apply the code. I'm just putting some water in the fucking to thin it out so it can fit through the cracks better. This one good? Put you here. Moving the arm around. I'm also biased. Kind of pretty much every Soul game is a good entry. By the way, oh, yeah, on PlayStation as well. Fuck, I didn't even consider that. Yeah, I have like 300 hours in Bloodborne on PlayStation just because I can't be bothered. I don't really. I think I've only paid for PS Plus once. I agree though. Every Souls game has its every Souls game has its good and has its bad. I guess. I personally still like. I've played over 100 hours of DS2, but for my own personal reasons, I can't enjoy it. Like I don't like how the movement feels. I don't like how like the enemy layouts are, and it's not like one of those like, oh, a YouTuber told me it's bad, so therefore it's bad. It's like I disliked that game before I knew about the discourse surrounding it, just because it's like trying to play it for the first time. Like it was a negative first impression trying to play it for the first time on mouse and keyboard, and how poorly optimized that game is for mouse and keyboard, and how it feels like it doesn't want you to play it on mouse and keyboard, which I didn't have a controller at the time. So like immediate negative first impression, and then every time I've tried to I've beat it several times, but every time I try to replay it, it's like it'll be really fun. I'll be like, oh, okay, this game wasn't as bad as I remember. I could sink more hours into this, and I'll get to like Iron Keep or Shrine of Amana. I'll be like, oh, that's right. I remember why I hate this game. But other than that, though, I like them all. The only one I haven't finished is Demon Souls and Armored Core 6. And Armored Core 6 is just simply because I'm too lazy. So it's this one mission where it's like you have to defend this like fucking like I think I've just reached like the third act or like the final act or whatever, and I have to defend this building for some reason I can't remember, and I just haven't been able to beat the mission yet, and I don't have the motivation to. Which is weird because I played the shit out of that game when it came out. Like I had the collector's edition for it, and I really liked it. I just haven't got past that point for some reason. That's a bit too much black. Am I through all right? I'll do it up here. Oh, there we go. Doing his like backside now. It's kind of patchy right now, the black, but I'll do a second coat with like a darker black, like a more full black instead of a watered down one. That being said, though, on DS3 PvP, I do miss it. I missed Dark Souls 3 PvP because I got banned ages ago. But I used to host like fight clubs and shit. It was fucking awesome. Like outside Pontiff's Boss Arena, I like summoned a bunch of invaders and like have them fight each other. It was fucking awesome. I miss it. I wish I could do it again. That black is looking a lot better than it is the last time I did it. I see some people recommending brown, but I actually quite like black. Might be a few details I'm missing, but looks for the most part pretty. I'll get that corner there. I'm also going to try and get to the creases, which is going to be the very, very hard part. Oh, we also have to do it for the gun as well. Well, let's actually hold it like this. I've not heard this song in a yonk. Banger. I'm only painting the gun black because that's the what it's supposed to look like, and I'm putting the gold in. I don't know if you can see it, but like this like top, this like sort of like barrel here, and like this little fucking thing over there. But I'm doing that afterwards. So I'm just doing a layer of black over it. Hopefully, since I'm using a waterier paint, it shouldn't be the end of the world. If I like it shouldn't like fill in the creases too much and like block out the detail. Thank you. The color is looking a lot better on this one than it did on my first one. Such a fun, like I lose myself in it sometimes. I just get completely lost in painting. It's actually like a creatively stimulating avenue as well. Actually, it doesn't help that I'm like so burnt out with making videos right now that like it's a very nice like second hobby to have. I get my motivation back, my mojo, if you will. Oh, this fucking song. Oh yeah, DS2 definitely has some really good stuff in it. Like I do like a lot of the stuff, the ideas that DS2 has, and I wish they'd flesh out them a bit more. I just don't find the game fun to play, which sucks because I want to. I want to enjoy it, but I just can't for some reason. All right, let's put that down for a bit. Give it some, give an opportunity to dry a bit. Fingers are covered in paint. Unlucky. For the gun, I'm coating with black at the top. So the gun gets painted black, and then his belt and any accessories get painted black as well. And then I can choose to. I actually might do that now. Actually, little details inside of his like helmet, like where like the I don't know if you guys can see. Hold up. Do you see where like sort of the like there's tubing that joins to the front of the mask? That needs to be painted black as well. Also, I just noticed there's a bit of grey in the back there in the jetpack that I need to sort out, but I'll do that here in a second. But I'd say it's still, yeah, it's definitely would have been helped if it had a better development. But that can be said of all Souls games, bar Elden Ring and Sekiro, where every single Souls game made before Sekiro had a really troubled development. It's definitely got its good things, but it's also got a lot of bad to it as well. I think the issue is people are like, oh, it's a good game but a bad Dark Souls game. I think the opposite is true. I think it's a good Dark Souls game. I think it's a bad video game. Like, all the issues I have with it come from a like video game design standpoint, not a Souls standpoint. Like all the ideas it has and all like the concepts it tries to achieve are really cool. I just think the game looks really bad and has poor enemy placement and has poor animations and shit like that, which is purely a game design thing and not a like thematic or conceptual thing. Whereas games like I don't know what's a bad game. I can't think of a bad game I played recently, but like some bad games are like it's bad at a conceptual level instead of being like bad at like a mechanical level, if you know what I mean. It's hard to describe. I've done like the little tubing in black as well. I don't know if you can see it too well, but I've done the tubing in black. So far, not too shabby. I might do a second coat. Oh, the fucking black paint's all drying on that one. All right. Give it some time to set. Yeah, I was not expecting to go live today. Very much a last minute decision. Am I allowed to drink on YouTube? Like, I don't know if that's against like the terms of service or some shit. Because they're like rules saying like, oh, you can't drink. Well, I did list it as not appropriate for minors, so I guess. Yeah, because the whole argument with that is like people are like, oh, it's a good game but a bad Dark Souls game, and yeah, like I said, it's like that's why I say it's the opposite. Is even though there's always that argument of it's like it's a good Dark Souls game but it's a bad game. It's like it's always that idea of like if it's a bad game, that's not a good Dark Souls game. But like yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Most of my issues come from like if you remaster the game, fix up some enemy placements, fix up some animations, made control remapping support better, I would have no issues with it. Yeah, absolutely. Good idea, bad execution. Not even bad execution. They had a good idea and a good execution, but they had to restart development halfway through because I don't know why, but they had to like restart development halfway through. That's why, like, for example, the Huntsman's Copse, you go up the windmill and you come up into a lava castle. That was originally intended to be Huntsman's Copse windmill no, was it Huntsman's Copse? Harvest Valley windmill was supposed to be backed up against a mountain. You'd fight through the dungeon or whatever and take the elevator through the mountain up, but they kept the idea that it goes up to the lava, but they put the fucking elevator like in the middle of a giant swamp. So it's just like in this fucking building, go up the elevator, and there's just randomly a lava mountain, like with like lava mountains all around it, like lava as far as the eye can see. It's like what? Which to give the game credit, I didn't notice on my first playthrough. Like I didn't even make that connection, but it's still like weird from a game design perspective, especially since all the other games are such tight in their world design. And it has cool ideas. Like the bonfire aesthetics as it is fucking awesome. The story's pretty cool. The boss is in theory really cool, and the moveset's kind of like goofy looking. This gun will not fucking dry properly, and I have no idea why. But I'm gonna do a second coat on the back of this guy's holster because you can see it's got a little bit of blue still hanging around in there. Maybe not. A mutant. Maybe not. The rest of the belt looks fine. There's a little bit of blue here. touch that up. Oh, there's some more there. It looks not bad. Should be. Oh, did I see something? Wait. So I'm picking under light right now, so I can see it a bit better. This brush feels like it has a lot more precision than the other one that came with the thing. This one that I bought today. And organic, not a simple. Going at under like it's hard to see from a distance. Feels. Thank you. I think it's a sort of thing where it's like everyone's first is always their favorite. I think the reason why DS3 gets a lot of criticism is because fundamentally it is like undeniably derivative. Like it's very much like Dark Souls 2 in its own direction. Dark Souls 3 jumped back into the big pile of Dark Souls 1 and cuddled in, whatever. But if you're new to the franchise, it is you don't have that preconceived notion of like, oh, this is just a retread of Dark Souls 1. It's an entirely fresh feeling video game. And the level design in DS3 is some of the best in the entire series. Like not the area design of like the whole like interconnectivity of Dark Souls 1, like the world design. The individual levels are some of the best laid out in the entire cities. The bosses, the entirety of all the games. The bosses are some of the best of all the games. All that shit. It's got like a lot of positives, but it does also have like its negatives where it's like it is undeniably very derivative, which I don't mind because obviously it was my first, but I can see why people don't like that particular aspect of it. So I understand a lot of the criticism, but I personally love the game. Also, I'm going back into light for this one because there's a lot of spots I missed without even realizing it because I can't really see very well when I'm my own shadow. So I'm so far away from the camera, my apologies. I'm kind of going with like another layer of blue. This is another really good band. They're coming to Australia later this year, but they're not coming to my state, which is very upsetting because no band ever comes here. That being said, I Prevail is coming to my state later this next month, I think. And I'm definitely going to that concert. Well, I've already booked the tickets for that concert, so I'm 100% going. Interesting. I emulated Demon Souls. I didn't finish it, but I got about up till Latria. No, after Latria. I think I got up to there's like the Latria dungeon, and then there's the actual Latria area with the heart, and I think I got stuck on that area. I haven't played it since, and that was a good while ago. I've played a little bit of the remake, but I didn't play it very much. My go-to are usually Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. I'm very, as you can tell, very combat focused person. That's not to say that I don't think the other games are great, but I prefer solid combat when I'm like replaying. That being said, I have got 100% completion in Dark Souls 1, so I do also like that game. To be fair, it's one of the easier ones to 100%. So far, the Bloodborne's the easiest. Like, well, not easiest, but most enjoyable, I guess. Oh, even both, I guess. Because Dark Souls 1 and 3 have you doing a lot of grinding for obnoxious amounts of time. And Bloodborne has like the Chalice dungeons that you need to do to get the Thumerian Chalice or whatever. But that's not the end of the world. You have to fight a boss for a few hours, die a few times, and get the fucking die a few times to a few different bosses and get the shit. You've got to. I think I've got all the grey that was missing. How's that looking? There's a little bit of grey on the back of this guy's foot. I don't know if you can see. But that's just because I clipped it the wrong way. That's getting covered up when I finally decide to do a cover of, like I'm doing like a design for the base, like having like an environment for the base for when I actually play with these. Demon Souls is so charming. I agree. Like I'm not shitting on Demon Souls at all. You will not find any Demon Souls slander here. One of my favorite From Software bosses is in that game, fucking Storm King. I love that the game focused more on atmosphere and mood that it does like this complex, like mechanically complex combat. Like I think that's missing in a lot of games. That whole like focus on setting up an intense atmosphere and mood and like theme, I guess. Whereas like Elden Ring, I don't think has that as much as Demon Souls did. Like you don't feel like it's just like pulled in as Demon Souls. Well, Demon Souls feels so completely unique and unlike anything else. And I like world tendency. I think it's a cool mechanic. People shit on it because it's like, oh, it makes the game harder if you play badly. It's like, does it really make that much of a difference? I don't have too much of a problem with it from what I played. But again, I didn't finish it, so take my word with a grain of salt. Alright, this should be dry, so let's finish off that. This one I think is fully coated. I'm gonna let him dry for a bit and then do shading. You can still see all the details on the skull. I don't know if you can see there's a little skull there. You can still see the details on, which you can't see on my previous model. Because I blocked it out too much, with too much black. That was pretty easy, actually. Most of it's pretty done. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that'll be, oh, here. Final product for right now. Obviously, I'm going to do some highlights and, like, darkening on it, but I tried Sekiro, but at the rig. Thing is with the kanji, is they're very useful. They actually make the game easier in the sense that, like, obviously, it's highlighting an attack, but it also... Kanji attacks are... unless it's a grab, or even if it's a grab, an opening to do a lot of like posture damage. Especially with the Makiri counter. Once you get the Makiri counter, like fighting Ishin, you can notice when he starts pulling his like spear back, and then the kanji, which means that you know he's going to do his thrust, and you can do like an eighth of his posture, and then like, oh, he's like charging up backwards. He's doing the sweep, like double jump or whatever, shit like that. Yeah, that is one issue with Sekiro, is it has a lot of really, like, where the fuck am I supposed to go moments? Like, a lot of them. Which I never understand, because it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that I'm supposed to go to these 3 different separate areas, pick up these random items to progress the game? Also, I missed more shit. I missed some blue in the backpack. Luckily, I can leave that to dry while I do the gold trimmings. This song's great, by the way. Zagreus by Periphery. They're a fantastic band. In there. Oh, I also missed something like the back here. And on there. That should be good. And it's looking like the front is dry, so we can start doing the gold paint, which I'm very excited about. If I'm too... Oh no, I absolutely love talking about soul shit. Like, whenever someone gets me started on soul shit, I'll talk about it for hours. And in general, if it's something I am interested in, I like talking about things. Like, I like answering questions. So if you have questions and it's something I'm interested in talking about, I'll probably waffle on about it for like the next 35 minutes. Because once I get started on a topic I'm interested in, I do not stop. Which my friends make fun of me for sometimes. We're on to the Balthazar Gold. This shit's going to be for the symbol and a few other things. I got some of my fucking hand. Yuck. Yeah, I'm not too huge on this song, to be honest. Let's just skip it. I'm not too huge on this one either. Oh, that specific Erroneous song. Erroneous has some good songs, but not that specific one. Oh, I have a towel. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna paint the fucking symbol now. I need to get like a lamp overhead. I was gonna buy one today, but I decided to save money, and that seems to be a mistake because I need it right now. Oh fuck, I went a bit over the line. Whoops. I'll try and like show. Oh, it's hard to show where I'm like working without like I'll still be able to do it myself. Oh, is that part of it as well? Hold on. No, it's not. Oh, is that? There we go. It's a little bit like it's bled a little bit, but there's the front symbol. Here, what the next? What's different? What you think the next game will be? There was leaks of like a semi-open world, semi-linear. Like it was supposed to be like there was a leak of this game called Spellbound that was a linear, giant legacy dungeon area with like a small open world around the outside of it. But I'm pretty sure it's confirmed to be false. Follow a trend in a unique game like Bloodborne. I hope it's another unique game like Bloodborne and Sekiro because that's what they've said is they want to like try out some new stuff. Like they don't want to go as large scale like they did with Elden Ring. So I'm hoping it's more like more controlled, more focused game. That'd be really, really good. So I know one thing we know for sure is we're not getting any sequels because Miyazaki doesn't like making sequels, and if he can avoid it, he won't. In terms of Bloodborne on PC, I have a theory that it's coming out in the near future. It's currently just a pipe dream, but the Bloodborne emulator is making progress, like the PS4 emulator. I reckon once it's close to being ready, the trailer for Bloodborne on PC is going to come out. That's my theory. Because they're just going to wait. They're going to wait till the last possible minute, and when people can finally start playing it on PC, they'll be like, okay, we'll give it in. Let you guys have it. But it definitely won't be a sequel, that's for sure. That's kind of how it pressures them into it, but I doubt they will because From Software are cash cows right now. Bloodborne on PC is what everyone always wanted, but it's very hard to find a route. Like, it's understandable why they don't because it's currently a game. Like, Elden Ring is a smash success. Everyone's going through and playing all the old From Software work. Why would they put it on PC when people love these games enough that they will buy consoles to play it? I'm not saying it's a good thing. I wish it was on PC. I even have a PS4 and I play Bloodborne on it, but I wish it was on PC. But I can understand the reason why they're choosing not to. From a like business standpoint, even if it's not great from an artistic standpoint. I added some gold to the backpack. I think it's pretty cool. I'm also going to do the pauldrons now, which is the scariest part and the part I'm most dreading. Because I actually want them to look good this time. Hold up, I'm going to get it in good lighting. Oh, it's looking much better. Apart from this one blemish. Wait, is it that pauldron? You can see this one tiny blemish, but for the most part, it's pretty on the lines. Yeah, it's very funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, Elden Ring was successful. Let's actually go back and see where this game came from." Oh, shit! Because people like who never like got into Dark Souls because it was like too hard or whatever, finally got into it with the success of Elden Ring. And they're like, "Oh my god, these games are actually good." And they go back and play the old games and they're like, "Oh my god, I need to tell people that these games are actually good." Because I put them off for so long. I've seen so many videos like that. It's like, oh, I never played Dark Souls, and I played Elden Ring, and now I love Dark Souls. It's like, I'm not complaining. People are like, oh, I was into Dark Souls from the very start. Like, shut up. Let people like, it's good people like this thing. More people should like it. If more people like it, we get more things like it. Not that I want every game to be like it, but you know what I mean. And Sekiro and Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 was, I think, the company's best-selling game ever before Elden Ring, if I remember correctly. Let's boot up this one. I'm gonna do the pauldron on this one now. I'm on a rough. The music isn't too loud, is it? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those videos. Professional, blah blah blah, reacts to blah blah blah. See, I never watch them because I don't particularly like reaction content. I think it's pretty boring to watch. I like videos with substance. That's why I like a lot of video essays. And like videos that take effort to make. That's why I put so much effort into mine, because I make stuff that I would want to watch. Oh fuck, I missed it. Messed it up. Could be worse. I might add some more blood to this. Oh, fucking gun is still sticky. This is a interlude track. Let's skip that. Alright, that should be good. Awesome. Glad that the music isn't too loud. The dude had a gold somewhere else. I don't know where it was though. Where should I put it? No, I think that's good. Actually, let's pull up a picture of an ultramarine. Ultra. Yeah, for the most part, there's not too much. Oh, the gun. The gun. I forgot about the gun. That's what I was missing. Once the gun's done, I'll like stick it to the stick it back to here. Let's see. Is that dry? It's dry enough. Oh no, I'm fucking smudging the blue. Fuck. Oh, it's already dried. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Should be right. Alright, let's do some gold in the gun, shall we? Oh. Actually, let's take some of that. We want a little bit less in the brush. So I want to get like into these like little crannies. It's still too wet. Oops, sorry. Oh, you know what I can do as well? I can do the red eyes, because I've got the red paints now. Alright, might do need to do a second coating of the gold. Oh wait, I need to double check. I'm using my OBS to like see a full screen reference, so I know if like it looks good. I think it looks alright for the time being. I got a bunch of videos recommended about people's journeys through DS1 and how it affected them. Yeah, I half of my recommended is DS like Dark Souls related video these days. I feel that, man. It's mostly Dark Souls shit. So I've been accumulating a playlist though of like really good like video essays, like from like lesser known video essays, I guess. They like aren't the main ones that everyone talks about. So much as I love Vati, he's very surface level. I'm gonna try and do this fucking little skull here. I'm a bit scared about. I'm gonna quickly do it. I'm gonna do it in the light real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, that should look alright. Did like the symbol in gold. I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh fuck, touched it. Whatever, should be right. Leave it there. Now, in terms of actual detailing, it's mostly just the ribbons and eyes, and the rest of it's like highlights and shit like that, which I'm not sure if I'll do it tonight. Gun's looking clean, thank you. Oh yeah, I can attach that here in a second. Yeah, I'll do the red eyes first. So I bought this today. So I've got these two. Apparently they're really good for making like blood, which I'm not gonna do for this build, but it's Flesh Terrors red and Cygor brown. But I'm just using the red for the eyes. Oh fuck yeah, Contortionist. I haven't had this one in a while. I want to open it without spilling paint everywhere. Give me just a second. So how do people do it? Like just. Oh, I see. That's how people do it. Gotcha. Understood. How the fuck do I get it out? It's a very, very deep red. I accidentally made 2 little buckets of it. I might actually add some white, to be honest. It's a little bit too deep for my liking. So I'm adding a bit of Wraithbone to it. Professional? No, absolutely not. This is such, like... There are so many mistakes I've made with this. It is unreal. No, you haven't seen professional, trust me, mate. I just have the benefit of having good understanding of color and good hand-eye coordination, so it makes it slightly easier. But I'm by no means an expert. Let's do these eyes. I'm doing the light so I can see it better. Oh my god, it actually looks so good. Oh, that actually looks fucking clean as. Look at that. I need to flex real quick. Wait. I don't know if you can see it very well on the stream. Wait, I'll tilt it up. But getting those red eyes, I couldn't do that yesterday because my other brush didn't have the precision for it. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. Now for the part I've been dreading. Detailing. Actually, before I do detailing, oh, actually, I'll do the shadow before I do the highlights. Oh, did I crack open like Wraithbone? Yeah, I did. I just need to do the fucking little emblems. Figure out the circle. I'm not going to do that shrine anymore. I'm going to figure out something else. Just because I can do circles. Circles aren't the issue. It's making a circle that's small enough to fit that sort of like space, and I can't. It's not possible for me to make something that fits the vision that I would want of it without using mods. And I don't want to use mods because people say they don't want me to. So I'm not going to do the circle. I'll figure out something else for it. Oh fuck. Looks alright. Not amazing. Not terrible. Just a little emblem. My PS4 wasn't one. If I bought the DLC version, day one versions of both before. But I bought the day one versions both before because I was scared of stumbling into the DLC. The Bloodborne DLC is so fucking good, man. Like, genuinely, it is. It is, in my opinion, like the Dark Souls 3 is my favorite game. But in terms of like actual video game content, I personally believe the Old Hunters is the single greatest piece of video game content ever created. Genuinely, that is my like, at least in my opinion. Like, I don't think there'll ever be anything that will top that specific experience of that specific DLC. Like, the base game of Bloodborne's pretty good. Like, it's better than most games, but like, what makes that game a masterpiece is the DLC. Because without the DLC, it's just a good game, in my opinion. Like, the base game sets up what the DLC perfects. In the same way that every From Software game is like, I guess. Oh, let's do some detailing, shall we? I might actually just combine them with this brush. I didn't have the honor of playing Bloodborne itself on day one, unfortunately. I only got into the Souls games in 2019, but I've seen videos of day one Bloodborne, and it was not a masterpiece. On like, it had a lot of performance issues, but it was still like a fantastic game. Apart from that, I don't know about the hyper armor shit though. That's news to me. Alright, I'm mixing together a light blue right now. This one right here. This is for the detailing. That being said, I'm going to close up these two. I use the Kirk hammer, but never got the poise, so it's all from other plays and videos. Oh, interesting. I think I did Swordclave for my first build. But I only played for the first time back in 2021, I think. Bought a second-hand PS4 just to play it. Also, I'm going to pop this one on. Let's quickly grab that. Oh! Is this... Wait, was it on top or underneath? I remember, however this was designed, it was a massive pain in the ass. Wasn't it like... Wait, what? Oh, it must have been like that. So pop her in. Oh, hold up. I need to, like, move the gun into position. This is before detailing. I'm going to do some, like, shadows and trims after the update I got. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That is very interesting to know. I wish I was playing Bloodborne back in 2015 when it came, or 2015 when it came out, but unfortunately, my parents were religiously Christian, so playing any game above a G rating before I was, like, 18 was no, no, no. Of course I did in secret, but they didn't know that. Now the bit I'm most terrified of, but I have zero experience with, and that's the actual, like, detailing. Always worked, looks super neat. Thank you. I'm currently in maximum precision mode. I've got paint on my hand, which I don't like. I hate getting paint on my hands. Which may sound ironic considering I'm doing this, but I get really bothered when there's paint on my hands. That's hideous, but should be right. Oh, I forgot to do the fucking boosters. That's what I forgot. A little bit more gold. Oh wait, nearly done. Sorry to be a bit quiet there for a second because I was focusing, but I've got like those like four little thruster boots on the bottom of the jetpack. Done. He's in the zone. Absolutely, I'm in the zone. I get very focused doing this. It's very hard to, especially since chat's like all the way over here. Like it's very hard to like you can see it. So like that in the bottom left corner, this is like over that way for me, like that entire second monitor. This is what peak performance looks like. Thank you. All right. What we do? Oh, we're gonna get some watery blacks. Yeah, that doing something that small requires so much like focus. Like getting those little fucking square bits up here. It's hard to point to them, but I think this should be a bit easier if I just go. So I'm currently doing this vent right now. I'm going to come back over it later. Wait, I don't know if you can see it. This vent at the top. Going over with black. Come over a little bit later. Do the top in like blue. So I can get like inside the vents and then like cover the rest up later. Also going to do the back of his shins. Back of his shins? Back of his knees. Too late. It's especially hard with these like really like detailed like lining, I guess, where it's just like it's so hard to get into all the cracks. But for the most part, it's not looking too bad so far. Oh, apart from that, I just made a mistake, but should be right. It's too late to turn back. Might as well do a symbol on the shoulders as well. What do you reckon? Should we do the symbol on the shoulders? Because it didn't come with the stickers. Or maybe it did, but I bought this so long ago that I've lost them. Let's quickly do a quick... That looks fine. Yeah, that's fine. Error, YouTube is not... What? Open Studio. Error, YouTube is not... Blah, 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 blah. You guys aren't hopefully experiencing too much buffering, are you? Because I've got like a little error thing coming up. Part of the Turkish at the Olympics. Cheers, boss. Oh shit, I've put up my analytics on the wrong screen. Let me put that back over here. And close. Awesome. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more up into like between like the boosters and like the actual pack. So like getting like sort of this crease here. Oh no, that looks fucking disgusting. Oh, that's awful. No, I don't like that. Became the venom of the a little bit more. I want to dry brush a little bit. Try getting these like booster ports. All right, it's looking okay. Actually, doesn't look too bad once it's shut, like sort of settled down a bit and blended. Let's quickly get a little bit of blue. Fuck's sakes, let me wash it. Get a little bit of blue. Mix it into like this spot here. And like sort of maybe go like we're going around like the ridges of the helmet. Oh, that requires black. I'll do that here in a second. A little bit of blue along here, here, here. I need a little bit of randomness to it, just because I like a little bit of randomness. I will add a little bit of black into a few of these spots later on the line, though. Yeah, for the most part, it's just black that I need to fill in now. But for the rest of it, I'm pretty happy with it. Which I'm pretty proud of, like something of this quality for like my second, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with that. I was expecting a lot worse. Get some of his arse cheeks painted. Cheers. I think that's most of everything that I wanted to get in. I might just add a little bit of texturing to the actual. In terms of like the base coloring, I think he's pretty much done. I might just add a little base coating, oh not base coating, a little like detailing of like a little bit of lighter shade of blue to add a little bit more variety to it. Light blue. Oh, it's dried up. How excellent. I'll like add some like in areas where I feel like it's a bit too dark. Oh fuck! I forgot to do black on the back. I'm a fucking idiot. Whoops. Not to my ideal standards, but should be right. Got the black in. That's what's important. Your life suddenly ends. I don't know. It says that there's a warning about some issue with the buffering. I'm not entirely sure why that is the case. Either way, I'm adding in my final touches and ending the stream here in a second anyway, so I don't have to worry about it too much. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to add the Omega symbol to the shoulder. See if I can do the precision for it, and I'll end the stream there. Actually, no, this isn't thick enough. Ah, yeah, it is. No, it's hideous. No, we're not keeping that. Apologies, gentlemen, but I'm not doing the Omega symbol. That looks ugly. Paint it back over it. Alright. There we go. Final product. Show it off. So, before I end the stream, let's have a look-see, shall we? This is the second dude in my squad. I might add some more detailing to him in my own time, but I'm too tired right now. I've got work tomorrow. So I'm just going to chill and play some games and have a beer and go to sleep. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. So if I get like a better, closer up angle, now that he's done. Or done for now. Pop you off the tripod. Oh, hold up. Trying to do this without breaking my phone. There we go. Hold up. Where is he? There he is. There we go. Oh, he can go next to his brother. The two gentlemen. Pretty happy with both of them so far, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, that should be the stream over. I'm just gonna check my phone here. Got like a complex software setup. Well, not complex, but yeah. Anyway, thank you all for sticking around. Sorry about the delay in uploads. I sort of am running a bit low when it comes to motivation to make videos right now, to be perfectly honest with all of you. Is this my old one or my new one? This is the new one. Yeah, I'm working on something, but it's a big project. It's going to take a while. So until then, oh, I'm sorry. I'm ending the stream now. I apologize. I'm going to leave the VOD up so you can like watch it if you want to. But I'm tired and go to bed. Oh, fuck. Why did my red paint spill? Are you fucking serious? That's so annoying. Anyway. Yeah, sorry about that. I finished off the thing. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Catch you all later. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll try to do this again another time. Maybe when I do my next figure.